Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Ambatvam anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshini. Oh Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Our reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 16th Adhyay, and Sri Krishna is going to describe us, going to teach us here about those qualities, those attributes of the people who are divinely oriented, who are oriented towards divinity, and the demonical, the daiva and asura, daiva asura sampad vibhaga yoga. This is how this 16th adhyay has been designated as. The distinction between the holy, the pious, the divinely oriented sadhakas, the spiritual aspirants, and those, they are exactly opposite. There is no divinity involved in their living as such. There is no piousness, there is no holiness, but there is only the crookedness, the wretchedness, the evil that is spread out in their lives. So these two distinct differences of the beings in this creation of the Lord. Sri Krishna says that Daivi, those who are those who have taken the path towards divinity, they are going to become one with the Purushottama. What are their traits? What are their qualities? And how they differentiate, how they are distinctly different from the ones who can never get into that path of onto that path of divinity, onto that path of liberation, onto that path of moksha. So in the first two verses that we read, Sri Krishna has already told us about those 20 attributes. The 9 attributes he told in the first shloka, 9 attributes of what? The abhaya, the sattva sanshuddhi. Abhaya is fearlessness. Sattva sanshuddhi is purity, internal purity, absolute internal purity, purity of heart, mind, thought. Everything is nothing but pure. Sattva sanshuddhi. Then jnana yoga vyavasthita, established in, fixed in the jnana, on the path of knowledge and on the path of yoga, firmly fixed in on these two aspects of the jnana and the yoga. Then dhanam, the attitude, the quality, the tendency of sacrificing, giving away dana. If I have much, let me share it with others, those who need it. So dana. Then damascha, damaha cha, and also dhamma. Dhamma is sense control, control over the senses, control over the self also for that matter. So then yajñascha, also the sacrifice, not only just sacrificial acts, the rituals, no, but sacrificing for the sake of realization, for the sake of God realization. Sacrifice my bad tendencies, sacrifice my ego, sacrifice I and mine, me and mine. And after yajnascha, it is swadhyaya, the study of the self. Try to gain the knowledge of what is me, who I am. That atma-jnana, that is swadhyaya. Then tapa, austerities we have to perform if we have to reach that the ultimate destination of getting one with the Purushottama, getting one with the Paramatman. That tapas we have to do. We have to be dedicatedly doing those practices. Do japa, do meditation, fix the mind on God, contemplate on the ultimate reality. Unless and until we perform these practices, it will be extremely difficult to gain access to that end point. We will just be hovering around in the path, going here, there. And then finally, in the first shloka, Sri Krishna spoke about the arjavam. Arjavam is the humbleness, straightforwardness. That let there be no, conceit in my mind. Let my heart be so pure, and that whatever I do, I'm very straightforward. My thought, word, and deed, they are all in tandem. There is no distinction between my thought, words, and deeds. There is no crookedness in me. Only when I get rid of the crookedness, I can become straightforward. So these are the 9 attributes Sri Krishna taught us in the first shloka. Then in the second shloka, he gave us a list of another 11 attributes. The ahimsa, satyam, akrodha, tyagaha, shantihi, apaishunam. Non-violence. Non-violence in a sense, not just non-injuring or anybody. It is harmlessness. Don't inflict harm on any of the being, in terms of harm, in terms of physical harm, mental harm, emotional harm. Don't inflict any kind of harm to other beings. That is ahimsa in its truest sense. Ahimsa, satyam, truthfulness. And as we said, that Sri Ramakrishna used to say that in this Kali Yuga, truthfulness is the ultimate sadhana, it is the ultimate austerity. If you can be true to the core of your heart, if you can follow that path of truth to the core of your heart, you don't have to perform any other austerities, Sri Ramakrishna used to say. So truth is the austerity for this Kali Yuga. So satyam, that is what Sri Krishna has enlisted here. Akrodha. Akrodha is free from anger. Free from anger, free from hatred, free from jealousy, free from all those kind of negative and disturbing emotions. Akrodha. Again, Sri Krishna talks about tyagaha, the renunciation, the giving up. Then shantihi. One should always be in that on the plane of that blissfulness, the peace, the calmness. And apaishunam. Again, Sri Krishna is talking about absence of crookedness. Even a tiniest bit, a little bit of crookedness carried in the heart, in the mind, in the intellect for that matter, will never take us on the path of divinity. We have to just give up that crookedness. We have to just throw it aside. Then daya. Unless we throw aside that crookedness, we can never have compassion for the fellow beings. And fellow beings, Sri Krishna means not only just the near and dear ones, but daya bhuteshu. For all the beings in this creation. Why only my close relatives, my close family members, my friends, my social circle, my peers? Why only compassion towards them? Compassion towards one and all. Daya bhuteshu. Bhuteshu daya. That is what Sri Krishna wants a person to inculcate that quality in order to tread the path of divinity. Then Aloluptvam. Aloluptvam is uncovetousness. No greed. No grabbing. I want this, I want this, I want this. No kind of the greed as such. No kind of lust as such. So that is aloluptvam. That is another quality. Then mardamam, gentleness. Be gentle, be humble. Have that the attitude of humility. Be absolutely, kill the ego. Just crush that ego which is taking us, which is getting bloated and making us from the divine path, making us the asuras. The ego is one of those things which take us away from the path of divinity. And the moment we crush our ego, the moment we get rid of that me, that I, that big aham, not the small aham. The small aham is always there, sitting blissfully, indwelling in this body. That is the real aham. But in the under the veil of that ignorance, we start considering this body and me as everything in this world. That is the aham that we falsely try to understand, that we falsely try to impose upon others. I am so and so. So unless we crush that, we can never gain the attitude, the attribute, the quality of being humble, being mardava. So that is the quality that Sri Krishna wants the devotees to develop, the mardavam. Then rihi. As a person becomes humble, automatically he also becomes modesty. He also becomes modest. Rihi. That quality also automatically comes with being humble. So being humble, being modest, being the low-key. Having crushed the ego, then all the egotistic tendencies can never ever raise their hood. And once that mardavam and rihi qualities are attained, then what else is there? Chapalam, absence of fickleness. When we become free from ego, when we become, our total outlook changes. When we attain that attitude of humbleness and modesty, we internally, it is not that we are exposing our weak nature. No, in fact, the humblest of the humble people, the modest of the modest people, they have the strongest of their hearts. They have the strongest of their minds. Because for them, there is nothing other important in this world than the Lord. They are the humble servants. They are the modest children of the Divine Mother. They are the lowliest of the servants of the Lord Himself, or the Mother herself. So for them, the mind, they develop such a great strength of mind. They become totally firm in their convictions. Then there is no fickleness. And that fickleness of mind having been removed, then the devotees attain to that quality of achapalam. So these are the total 20 qualities Sri Krishna has listed in the first two Shloka verses of this 16th Adhyaya. In the third Adhyaya Shloka that we are going to read, Sri Krishna is again going to list down some more attributes. Now, which are these? Let us read Sri Krishna's words on this. Tejaḥ kṣamā dhṛtiḥ śaucamadroho nātimānitā bhavanti sampadaṃ daivīmabhijātasya Bharata. Bharata, O Arjuna, O great among this clan of Bharat. These are some more traits I am going to tell you. And which are these? Tejaḥ. Tejaḥ is vigor, splendor. The devotee, the spiritual aspirant, it starts shining. There is some kind of aura we can actually perceive behind that tremendous personality that a true devotee, a truly divinely inspired person is carrying with him or carrying with her. That tejaḥ, that splendor. Then kṣamā, forgiveness. The biggest quality any devotee can have. Not keeping grudge against anybody in the mind. Not keeping hard and ill feelings, harsh feelings, enmity against anybody in the mind. Always being forgiving. Forgive. Forbear. So that kṣamā is one quality of the great devotees. dhṛtiḥ, fortitude. What is fortitude? Fortitude is braveness, the courage. That kind of, I can do anything. I am the child of the mother. Why should I fear of anything? Why should I be afraid of anything? I'm mother's child. I'm my master's servant. I'm the child of the Lord. With that kind of approach, with that kind of attitude, with that kind of mental development, the person automatically becomes so much strong internally, so much that this quality of fortitude, it just exemplifies in that devotee. dhṛtiḥ. Then śaucamadroho. Again, Sri Krishna is talking about purity. For treading the path of divinity, purity is must. Purity is must. And he had earlier in the first shloka also, he had told us about this total, entire internal purity, sattva sanshuddhi. So that shuddhi, that purity, unless and until that purity is there, and Sri Krishna is always talking about purity. Sri Krishna mainly talks about these two quite frequently, the purity and the tyaga, purity and the yajna, purity and the sacrifice, purity and giving up. So that is the third quality of shauca. Then adroha. Adroha is absence of hatred. Again, something like no ill feeling, no hard feeling, that no hatred for anybody. That is the adroha. Not going against anybody unnecessarily. There is no need. If somebody talks ill about me, fine, that is his prerogative. He has got that stock of bad words to be used. He has used it for me. I don't have that stock. I don't have that those words in my dictionary. I don't have those words. So I cannot rebuke. I cannot answer back to all those bad words that somebody has spoken about me, to all the ill that somebody has spoken about me. I cannot. There is no adroha in me. Then how can I have any kind of ill feelings or the evil thoughts for anybody in my mind? That is the quality of adroha. Then nātimānitā. Again the ego. Nātimānitā, pride. Nātimānitā. There is no excess of pride. There is no excess of egotism. There is no egotism at all. Who am I? I am mother's child. That can only happen when we start building up on the qualities of that mardava, the humbleness, the humility, the modesty. All these things, they are linked with crushing the ego. Now, the moment all these tendencies are on the increase, the modesty, the humility, humbleness, lowliness, then automatically what happens? This pan goes down with the weight of all these positive attributes that Sri Krishna has listed down, and all the negative attributes, the crookedness, the egotism, they start flying away. So, nātimānitā, absence of egotism, absence of that pride, all these attributes put together, Sri Krishna says, bhavanti sampadaṃ daivīmabhijātasya bharata. These all become the shining, the glories. These all become the grand adjectives, the sampadaṃ. Sampadaṃ is the state, the accumulation, like crowning glory. These are all the crowning glories of daivīm, the divinely attributed, the divine abhijatasya. These are all the attributes born of the divine. So Sri Krishna has concluded his set of the divine qualities which are attributed to being divine. And that was a wonderful explanation. And in a way, all these, they are interrelated. And again, I always try to express it in this way. Out of these 11 plus 9, the first 20 in the first 2 shlokas. And then here we have tejaḥ, kṣamā, dhṛtiḥ, śaucamadroho, nātimānitā, additional 6. So total 26 attributes. Some of them are overlapping each other. Modesty, humility, and this nātimānitā, they are all linked together. They all overlap each other. The tyaga, the yajna, they all interlinked. They are all interlinked. They all complement each other. Then sattva, sanshuddhi, and shuddhi, shuchi. These are all again linked together. Purity, internal purity. Purity of the internal self, of the mind, of the thought process. Purity of thought, word, and deed. And again, oneness of thought, word, and deed. All these divine qualities, all these divine states, all these states for that matter, all these attributes, all these qualities, they are born of divinity, O Bharata. So here Sri Krishna has completed his list of 26 attributes. Let us try and pick up at least one of them. By picking up one of them automatically, like some of them are interrelated, like we just saw. Some of them we will start picking up more and more. And the moment we start picking up more and more of these states which are born out of divinity, then nobody can stop us. Nobody can stop that spiritual aspirant to become one with the Paramatman, become one with the Parabrahman, reach the ultimate destination. So that is the simple formula. Once again, Sri Krishna has told us, and he has given us a clear-cut guideline of what all you can aim to achieve. Achieve some of these qualities, some of these states that Sri Krishna has described, which are born out of divinity. So that is as far as the 3rd shloka is concerned. In the 4th shloka, from 4th shloka onwards, let us see what Sri Krishna has to tell us about the asura qualities, about the demonical qualities, which we should always be careful of. We should always be cautious of. That we will do it in the next reading. Till then, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.